Hello and good evening. I am Allie O'Shea and this is the Consciousness Creators Summit. Welcome to you all. I'm very pleased to be here and this is my last live in the Consciousness Creators Summit for January 2019. Hello Paul, hello Andy, hello Carlos. Welcome to you all. Hello Noreen, welcome. Today I will be talking about divine timing, what it means and more about it. Hi Andy, hello Jin. And I will also be talking about Ho'oponopono and I will be playing my Ho'oponopono meditation for you. So before I get started, I am going to share my video into some groups and on my own timeline. So if you would do the same, I would be very, very grateful. It's really important that we share out, of course. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Noreen. Welcome to you all. So if you guys could share, just give me a couple of moments and then we will get started. Hello to everybody, of course, watching on the replay. And what an amazing month this has been, guys. It's been so overwhelming and amazing. All the high vibratory content that each and every one of the consciousness creators has brought to you to kickstart your year, keep you in high vibration, good spirits, on your high flying disc. And the content that they have each brought to you has been absolutely outstanding. So give me some hearts there if you agree with me. I'm proud of each and every single one of the conscious creators because they are amazing, absolutely amazing. Hello, Colleen. Hello, Joelle. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Kathy. Welcome to you all. So I'm just sharing before I get started. But once again, I will be talking about divine timing, which you probably know is a theme of my life. And also I will be talking about Ho'oponopono, okay? And the benefits that it can have on your life, which are huge and far-reaching. So, hello, Jason. Good morning. Good day to you. Good day. Okay, so almost finished, guys. Hope you've shared for me. I'll be really grateful. Okay. Fantastic. So let me know as well where you're joining from. Can you all hear me clearly? And can you all hear the music? Because Paul has sorted out the music. Hello, Sheb. Welcome. Hello, Luke. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Sheb. Hello, Rosie. Thank you. Andy, you know that's Paul playing the piano over there in the corner. So before I begin, I would like to say that the wonderful Sheb, who will be live for you guys tomorrow, there is a time change that I need to announce. So she will be live 2 hours later than normal. She will be live at 8 a.m. AEDT, which is Australian time. That is 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. EST, and 1 p.m. PST. So please take note of that time change. I will post it in group later on. But Sheb, once again, there is a time change, just 2 hours difference for her live tomorrow, her final live in the Consciousness Creators, 8 a.m. AEDT, 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. EST, and 1 p.m. PST. That's a whole lot of STs. Okay. Good morning, Colette Leosi. Hello, Sharon in California. Hello, Sarah. Thank you, Rosie. So please do continue to let me know where you're joining from if you haven't let me know. And once again, just a big shout out to all of the other consciousness creators. Jason Stevenson, Vivian Carden, Colette Leosi, Tony Doyle, Luke Bryan Smith, and Sheb Gina. Amazing content and high vibratory planes that they've been putting you on for the month of January. I am so proud of each and every single one of them, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart for agreeing to do this summit with me and the rest of us here. So thank you once again. Okay, so we're going to talk first of all about divine timing. And what is divine timing? So you might have heard that it's important, extremely important in my opinion, not to attach to outcomes, to ask for things that are for your highest good, and to maintain an open, attractive energy when manifesting. Divine timing plays an important role in manifestation. The universe often knows the ideal time to bring something or someone into your life. Sometimes our earthly ego isn't always privy to this divine timeline and can get really frustrated when something takes longer than expected. Just as the ego can also get scared when something shows up before we are ready. It is the time when certain things are meant to take place. For everything to happen, there is a specific time that makes the doing of that thing perfect. For example, you have planned a birthday surprise for your partner. Well, the perfect time for that surprise is to wait until their birthday. Just like that, every action, every decision, and every event of your life has a perfect time, which is known as divine timing. Everything in this universe is governed by laws, universal laws. And there are many universal laws. There is not just the law of attraction. There are lots and lots and lots of laws. So the law of vibration, the law of reaping and sowing, and on and on and on. I'm actually creating workshops on this with Tony Doyle at the moment. But each law will not let the other law break itself. So they all work in conjunction with each other. They're all connected. And they are at work, no matter whether you believe or not. And I presume, because you guys are all here, that you do believe. Hello, Inga in California. Okay, so the law of attraction, of course, is one of the most commonly recognized laws, and people who are awakening or who have already awakened would talk most about this law. The law of attraction, of course, states that that which is like unto itself is drawn. We are like human magnets, attracting onto us that which we give thought to predominantly and focus upon while putting emotion behind the thought. We are creating our own reality in every second of every moment of every day, whether we are doing it subconsciously or consciously, whether we are doing it by default or deliberately. And of course, the goal is to be deliberate creators. And for those of you who don't know, I have a group called Law of Attraction - Create Your Own Reality on Facebook. So get on over there and ask to join, and I can add you. It's a free group on Facebook. Okay, so a lot of people get frustrated with the law of attraction, saying it doesn't work, or, well, if we can easily attract that which we think about, where's my stuff? How do I get the money out of the vortex and into the bank? The thing is, the law of attraction never fails. It's whatever you have got going on in your vibration that will show up for you time and time again. For example, you may be thinking, I want more money, I want more moolah, I want more dollar. But in actual fact, most of the day, you are walking around thinking about the lack in your life, totally contradicting your desire, and therefore the universe and the law of attraction will give you more of what you were predominantly thinking about. So what do you see more evidence of? Not enough money. Thank you for the heart, you beautiful people. So divine timing, as I say, is a huge, huge theme in my life. Divine timing is a gift that comes as part and parcel of the law of attraction. But when I look back on my life, and you will see when I finish my book, it is a theme that runs throughout. And it's what's led me to be on this path. It's something that I'm very, very grateful for, because when times were tough and I didn't realize, because I hadn't gone through my awakening, that it was going to lead to better things, I now know that if I have a bad day, that's just the contrast, that I'm growing and learning and expanding through that. And as a result of my expansion, the whole universe expands. So it's something that we have to keep in mind. So everything in the universe is always working out for us. Things are always, 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 always working out for us. And we should be practicing active faith. When you go to a restaurant, for example, you give the waiter a specific order and you don't question whether or not the waiter is going to deliver that correct order to the chef, and the chef deliver the correct plate of food to you. You expect that everything will be delivered to you correctly, and it is exactly the same with the universe. When you place the order with the universe, be as specific as you can. The universe loves specificity. Do you know how long it took me to say that word? You need to relax and to trust, to let go of resistance, to get your desires up to speed with what you have placed up there in your vortex or your virtual reality. And it's waiting there to explode, ready to burst into your reality. Everything is created twice. First in your imagination or your mind, and then second in reality. As I've said before, look around your room. Look at the table, the chair, the phone, the pictures, all the many things that you have. All of those things were first created in somebody else's imagination first. So have faith that your order has been received and it will be delivered in divine timing. I always say to people, divine timing is such a blessing. And I kind of make this joke about it. Imagine if divine timing didn't exist and we were all thinking about having unicorns pooping in our sitting room. And then a unicorn showed up and was pooping in our sitting room. It's a very good thing to have divine timing. Hello, Janet. Hello, John. Welcome. Welcome. So think of the universe like a traffic cop. Look back on your life and pinpoint moments. This is what I've done with my life. Pinpoint moments when the time seemed destined and did you a favor. And most of the time when you look back, you will see that it was a favor. Like sometimes, for example, we might be feeling impatient in traffic because we are trying to get somewhere in a hurry. Did you ever stop to think that this minor issue may be saving you from a road traffic accident? Think about that. Or you were running late for something and feeling really irritated because of it. Maybe these things happened so that you could avoid the wrong person, the one person that you did not want to bump into. You may never know why, but sometimes you may be able to work it out at a later stage. I often give examples of when I was pregnant with our first child, Joel. I had separated pelvis on both my children and I was on crutches from halfway through the pregnancies. They were absolute hell. And Paul lost his job after I gave birth to Joel. And actually 8 months after Joel was born, I couldn't walk properly. And at the time when Paul came home a few days after Joel was born and said he'd lost his job, I was devastated, and so was he. But looking back in retrospect, we can see what a blessing it was, because I wasn't able to walk. I used to crawl up the stairs on my hands and knees because I wasn't able to walk. And, you know, half the time Paul would have to lift my legs behind me. It was that bad. So in essence, I could not have survived those 8 months with a newborn baby on my own. And I, in fact, needed Paul to be at home with me. And we survived. Guys, we always survive. So never, ever give up hope. Never, ever, you know, money will always show up for you. Things will always show up, or people will show up to help you out. Things are always going to be okay because the universe always, 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 always has your back. Okay? I'm going to read you a little bit of Esther's story now. Esther is obviously Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. It's a little story about her and divine timing. Okay, so Esther plays a game where she gets into her car several times a day and she backs out of the garage. An XM radio is always on, and whatever song is playing when she backs out, she thinks it has significant meaning to her. Of course, music, animals, signs from the universe, numerological signs, all of that, they are signs from the universe, okay? So they usually have significance. Because it's divine timing after all. She's not just getting in the car because it's time to get in the car. She, being Esther Hicks, is waiting for the impulse and then getting in the car. So sometimes she leaves half an hour early because the feeling comes to her. And as many of you know, Jerry, her husband, made his transition a few years ago. And so he and Esther have this wonderful ongoing relationship. And they play this game where there is a light in the house that if there's a light in the house that if there is something significant that Esther is thinking or wondering about, the light will blink. And Esther knows that it is Jerry on the case, and then she has a conversation with him. It's a light that shines down on a wall, and she can see it from nearly every place in the house. The house is U-shaped. So she can see it from her office, she can see it from her living room, she can see it from the bedroom, which is where it is. And so recently that light stopped blinking so much. It hadn't blinked for quite a while. And she has a beautiful kitchen with a stainless steel hood over her stove, and the light on that hood has never worked. Which didn't matter to Esther because there are plenty of other lights in the house. And in the kitchen, and she just hadn't taken the time to do anything about it. So as she went to bed one night, she said to Jerry, all right, that light isn't blinking, and I just want you to know that I really like the blinking. I really like it. So if it's all the same to you, I'd really like the light thing. When she got up in the morning, the light over the kitchen stove was on, and she couldn't turn it off. Now, remember, this is the light that never worked. So it was on, and she couldn't turn it off. The button was inoperative. So she likes to think that light was Jerry who turned on that light just for fun, because it's like him not to do it the way that she wants him to do it, but sort of kind of the way she wants him to do it, but not really the way that she wants him to do it, but the way that he wants to do it. Phew, it's so Jerry. So Esther asked the groundsman, Fidel, to come and see what was up with that switch, because it didn't seem right that she couldn't turn the light off. When she leaves the house, which of course is a fancy house, she pushes a button and all the lights go off, except that light, that one light, it would not go off. So Fidel comes over and he dismantles the light and he takes it all apart and the light goes off. And Esther said, thank you very much. And now that light isn't on for a while. And then a few days later, Esther gets up and she notices the light is on again and she cannot turn it off. The next thing that happened was that she was on her way somewhere. She gets in the car, she pushes the button in the garage before she gets in the car that turns all the lights out except that one, and she laughs to herself. And when she gets into her car, the song that comes on the radio, a country and western song, singing, "Try to leave a light on for me, will ya?" The thing is, so many people just want to call these things coincidences, but you need to understand that there is divine timing going on in your experience all day, every day. So I love that story about Esther. Hello, Michelle Barry. Welcome. Hello, Tracy. Okay. Hello, Genevieve. Thank you, Shep. I went late then. Thank you. Okay. Perhaps you get a promotion at work and you don't feel ready for the responsibility. You start to panic, thinking you aren't qualified enough yet. Sometimes the universe will send us things before we feel ready. But if we trust that there is a divine plan for our life and understand that nothing really happens by accident, knowing that our ego doesn't always know what's best, and start to trust what shows up instead. If you factor in divine timing, surrendering and not attaching yourself to the outcome is so much easier. Practicing surrender and letting go actually helps your manifestation efforts because you are more relaxed and open, which makes you more attractive in an energetic sense. How do we trust? How do we know? Divine timing. What's the holdup? What is the timing about? If you didn't care about the manifestation and the realization that your manifestation hasn't come, it wouldn't cause you to offer a vibration of the absence of what you want that prevents it from coming. There is an absence of what you want, but it's about your readiness for what you want. A lot of time, people are asking for things that they are simply not ready for. Miracles, they're all around us. They are everywhere. It's what we choose to be aware of or not, as the case may be, that has us asking the question, do miracles really exist? When levering the powers of the universe using the law of attraction and the law of vibration, it is essential to know that everything comes to you in divine timing, at the perfect time and in the perfect way. It can be frustrating when you want to manifest the thing that you want so bad and just want to have it show up in your life, for sure. But when you realize that if you were ready for that thing that you wanted so bad, it would already be here. Really, it's a good thing that there is a buffer of time when you think about it. As I said, you wouldn't want a unicorn to show up pooping in your sitting room or a pet tiger. If you could, just for 1 second, stop and think. Thoughts actually do become things. Everything, as I said, that was created first was already created in somebody else's mind. We are all creating our realities. And when you realize the truth in that statement, it can be life-changing. If you can get yourself into alignment first, then steady yourself in alignment. Everywhere you go, your timing will be perfect. If you don't take the time to get yourself steady and in alignment, then very often your timing will be off. You will miss your flight. The traffic lights will be red. You'll miss your appointment. Things just don't go to plan. Very frustrating. What is time anyway? It's just a human concept that got made up. Time doesn't really exist. Our spirits, they go on for eternity. So that is all about divine timing. Throw me up some hearts if you like divine timing, if you love divine timing. I'm not sure if I'm seeing all the comments because just cause. Okay, hold on. So we're going to talk about Ho'oponopono in just a second. But I'm going to see if I can see my comments through my iPad. Okay. I'm going to see. Okay. Sheb says life is not merely a series of meaningless accidents or coincidences, but rather it is a tapestry of acts that culminate in an exquisite, sublime plan from the movie Serendipity. Love that movie. Thank you, Sheb, for that. Stacy says, I've been meaning to tell you I did your I Am meditation and it is an amazing help to me to stay in high vibrations all day. Fantastic, Stacy. Helen says, it makes life so much easier when you're aligned. John says, I am seeing hearts. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Joelle. John says, I trained homeless clients on law of attraction with great success. I have one client. I once gave a client, Ahmed, a new pair of shoes, and he manifested 2 more pairs using the law of attraction. The universe doesn't discriminate. Perfect, John. Carlos says he loves my I Am meditation. It is on my YouTube channel, Soan. And also you can purchase any of the downloadable versions on my website. Hello, Inga. Inga says, I really needed to hear your message today. I will replay again and tap while I listen. Fantastic. I'm sure Colette Leosi will be over the moon to hear that. Paul has just gone to get Joel. Carlos says, so many synchronicities happening to me lately. I feel the universe is truly fully flirting with me. Tap in those I ams. Okay, we ready to tap? I am. Okay, I've done it now. You're welcome, Soen. Okay, this is good because I can see the comments on this now. So we're going to talk about Ho'oponopono or Ho'oponopono. Surrender, let go, and let love, says Shep. Exactly. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, Ho'oponopono originated from Hawaii and was originally thought by Morna Simona. Morna was a healer, and in 1993, she was designated as Living Treasure of Hawaii. What a privilege! What a privilege. Carlos says, I've manifested so much lately, I'm freaking myself out in a good way. Fantastic, Carlos. So Morna said, we are the sum total of our experiences, which is to say that we are burdened by our pasts. When we experience stress or fear in our lives, it would look carefully. We would find that the cause is actually a memory. And that was said by Morna Simona. Okay, she originally taught it. However, Ho'oponopono was used and made famous by a Hawaiian therapist, Dr. Hulen, and he helped to heal an entire ward of mentally ill criminals without ever seeing them in his office, using this Ho'oponopono clearing technique. His method is a powerful tool for sweeping out all limiting beliefs, and it is as simple to do as saying 3 simple words. Dr. Hulen says that simply saying I love you to the divine, God, Teo, the universe, the superpower that exists inside of us and all around us could trigger a healing. This method of prayer is from a Hawaiian spirituality called Ho'oponopono. Dr. Joe Vitale, who I almost co-authored with but didn't. That's why my book is still sitting in my computer. No, that's not why, but I decided to write my own book. Joe Vitale, who was in The Secret, of course, and has thousands and thousands of books, and I am actually one of his students, heard about this fantastic technique and went about finding this magical therapist. And when he did, he interviewed him. And eventually, he went on to write a book explaining the entire method of Ho'oponopono with Dr. Hulen called Zero Limits. He actually wrote another book, and I think it's actually just called Zero. So he wrote 2 books on the subject. He also has many, many courses, and actually I myself sell this course on my website. It's www.expansivesouls.com. I have done some of it myself. I haven't had time to complete it because I invest in myself so much that I get so many courses, but I have done some of it. I sell this on my website, and I know that Jason Stevenson also sells the Ho'oponopono certification course, so you can become certified in it. Okay. Fascinating stuff, absolutely fascinating stuff. Dr. Hulen said, no one wanted the job I did with the criminally insane. In the prison, they were averaging about 1 psychologist a month, but I got asked. We had about 25 to 30 people. Half of them would be in shackles at the ankles or wrists because they were so dangerous. They would either kick you or slam you. These people were murderers, they were rapists, they were like the brutalest of the brutal. Everyone would walk with their back towards the wall so that they wouldn't get stuck. They weren't allowed any family visits, nobody could leave the building. However, after Dr. Hewlin went to work there, okay, Paul, thank you. Paul has been sorting out my music because we've been having some issues with the new sound system. So he's been working on it all day today. So I'll have to stall to do the meditation. He's gone to collect Joe, but that's okay because I'm still talking about Ho'oponopono. Okay, so a year and a half later, there was none of that. There were people going out on bus rides and nobody was in shackles. The level of medication dropped. Actually, within 2 years, a lot of these patients were released, and within 4 years, the whole unit was shut down. This is absolutely the stuff of miracles. So when asked what he did, Dr. Hewlin said, "What did I do? I worked on myself. I took 100% responsibility." So a really interesting thing is, obviously, when you understand the law of attraction and you understand that the people you attract into your life are the people that are on the same vibratory level as you, people that you attract into your life and stay in your life on the same vibratory level as you. Negative people will melt away from you. They'll start to distance themselves from you, won't want to be around you anymore. But also, if somebody comes up to you and they're angry at you, they are actually showing you a reflection of something that is going on inside of you, inside of your vibration. And so this is how working on yourself can make such a difference, because if they're angry because they're reflecting back to you something that you're reflecting to them, well, there's something going on inside of you that needs to be cleaned and cleared and cleansed. So the basic assumption is every action that you take is coming from either inspiration or from memory. Inspiration is a signal that comes direct from the divine. Memory is a program in your subconscious. Everything is coming from memory virtually all of the time. So the task is to clean those memories so that you can act from inspired signals from the divine instead. In other words, how you respond to what I say at any given time is most likely a reaction based on memory. If you disagree with me, it's because you have an old program in your mind that doesn't resonate with what I'm saying. If you agree with me, it may be because you have an old program that is in alignment with what I am saying. Either way, you aren't here with much objectivity and clarity because there is baggage in the way. That baggage is a memory, and to clear it, you may need to say, "I love you." Hello, Scott Leosi. Hello, Jenny. According to Dr. Hewlin, simply saying "I love you" to the divine brings a cleaning or a clearing process. The words stir the feelings within you. Those same words are heard by the divine, which then sends down a signal to clean any memories in the way of being here in this moment with total clarity and awareness. Thank you, Scott Leosi. If you are learning this concept for the very first time, it might not make much sense to you, but that is only because you have an existing belief or memory that conflicts with what I am sharing with you. Hello, Colleen. Thank you, Jenny. Dr. Hewlin's method involves cleaning yourself of all memories in order to see the change in yourself and in others. It seems bizarre, but when you take care of your own issues, they disappear in other people. The whole idea is to love your problems away. Wouldn't it be such a much better world if we told each other that we loved each other and that we did love each other unconditionally? I always make sure, I don't know about you guys, but I tell my friends that I love them all the time. I think it's so important. I tell my kids and my husband and my friends and my family that I love them. I think it's really important. So you do it by saying, I love you non-stop. And even if you don't feel it at first, after you keep saying this mantra in your head, you will start to feel love. It can be no other way. There are 3 other statements for Ho'oponopono as well. I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. But by far, the 3 simple words in I love you are all you need. Say the words silently in your head. Remember, you are not saying them to the other person, but instead you are sparking a connection to the divine. Joe Vitale, who is a practical metaphysician and entrepreneur, used this method on everything that came up in him. He did the process in traffic jams, on the phone, in front of audiences, in the hot tub, smoking a cigar, walking, waiting in lines, feeling pain, recalling memories, and so forth. And it transformed his life from one of worry to a life of wonder. He also wanted to see if this method would work on sales and other bottom line results. Whenever he would write an article or a sales letter, he would send love into it. Whenever he would write another book, he would keep saying, I love you. Love you, Shep. Love you, Tracy. Love you, Noreen. Love everybody on here. Love you, Kathy. Aww. Paul is back. Yay. Okay, so what Joe began to notice was that his emails and his articles would get read and distributed to millions of people. And his book that he wrote with Dr. Hulen, Zero Limits, became an Amazon bestseller 6 months, yes, 6 months before it was published. So many people pre-ordered it that it went onto the Amazon bestseller list. Thank you, Jenny. He taught and tested this method on some of his friends with astonishing results. How is this possible? How can cleaning yourself with a mantra like I love you make a difference in your life and even in your business life? It appears there is nothing out there. The entire world is a projection of what you feel inside. So, if you feel love, you will attract love. Because love contains within it gratitude, you will attract more things to be grateful for. This is, of course, the essence of what I teach and the law of attraction. You get what you feel. When you say I love you inside of yourself, you cleanse yourself and you radiate an energy that other people feel. Here is an example of how the process works. Thank you, Colette. She says she's loving her red-headed, curly-haired friend. Jenny says she's feeling love. Tracy says, I love hardcore love. My favorite gift is love. Beautiful. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Shep. Love makes the world go round. Yes, it does, Jenny. Okay, so here's how this process works, okay? An example. When Joe first discovered that he had swollen lymph nodes in his chest that could potentially be cancer, he panicked at first. The cancer specialist he went to see painted a dark picture, as they do. Those flaming doctors like to paint dark pictures, don't they? He wanted to do an immediate biopsy, not even telling Joe of the long-term potential harm such a thing could do. So Joe sent a call for help to close friends, healers, and others, and they offered many suggestions, and he acted on many of them. But he also did this, I love you cleansing method. As he lay on his bed at home silently, he said, I love you, over and over and over again to the divine. And he suddenly had an inspiration. It occurred to him that his health challenge, whatever it might be, was a gift. So he thought about it. He lay there saying, I love you, in his mind. And then he began to picture the swollen nodes in his chest. As he viewed them in his imagination, he began to talk to them. He asked them, what do you want me to learn? What have you come to teach me? Almost immediately, he saw an image of his late wife. She had passed away 3 years earlier. They had been married for over 20 years, and she was his best friend. As he remembered her, he saw the image and said, I love you. He began to feel grief. When she died, he cried for every day for the full next year. Then he cried every so often, and slowly it passed, but of course, he still missed her. See you, Shab. Take care, love. He began to sense that the swollen nodes were a symbol for holding on to his wife. The actual film of the nodes looked like a tiny creature hanging on to the inside of him, like this. It seemed to be a solid metaphor for what he was holding on to in his mind. He hadn't totally let go of his wife. A part of him was keeping her inside of him. He continued to say, I love you, in his mind, and as he did, other phrases surfaced, such as, I'm sorry, and please forgive me. As he continued to do this, he saw the images of the nodes get smaller and smaller and finally disappear. After 20 minutes of doing this cleansing method, he felt clear. While he couldn't yet prove that the swollen nodes were now gone, he knew inside his heart, that they were gone. He had loved them, heard their message, and let them go. Later, when he had his MRI to look at these nodes, they were shown now to be harmless. See you later, John. Thanks for joining. So I'd like you now to think of someone or something in your life right now who frustrates you. It could be a health problem. It could be a fellow worker you don't get along with. Doesn't matter what it is. Choose anything to do this exercise. As you hold that person or thing in your awareness, silently begin saying, I love you. You can direct the statement to the divine. Whether you believe that this is working or not, trust the process and continue it. All you have to do is repeat, I love you. As you do, you will begin to feel love and you will begin to transform the thing or the person. Of course, you can say the full mantra. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Keep in mind that nobody has to know anything that you are doing at all. As Dr. Hulen might say, there is no out there. It is all inside of you. It's all about your relationship to the divine. And all you have to do to clean up that relationship is say 3 little words. I love you. So I am going to now play you my Ho'oponopono meditation. Just going to get Paul to come over and sort out the mixing music thing. I hope you enjoyed that. But Ho'oponopono, I've used it many times in my own life and it's really helped me, and honestly, it's been amazing.
Get it up there, tee it up. I think so. It's over my phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm just getting the Ho'oponopono ready just to play for you. And this is available to purchase as a downloadable version on my website, www.expansivesouls.com, and it's also freely available to listen to on my YouTube channel. Just getting this pumped up. While I'm waiting for Paul to get that started, just to let you know, my wealth coaching program is open right now for purchase. I'm going live on the 2nd of March for 4 weeks, every Saturday at 9 p.m. GMT. It's a wealth coaching mastery program. It will be for an hour to an hour and a half every Saturday, 9 p.m. GMT. And I will also be setting up a group to coincide with that and to provide support. And that group's going to be set up in the next 5 days. So sign up. It's at the top of this video, and it's also on my website. You can purchase my wealth coaching mastery program, as well as the law of attraction practitioner and the law of attraction coach, so as well as a healer and a writer. Okay, we ready?
Yep.
I'm going to play the Ho'oponopono now. Hello and welcome. My name is Allie O'Shea, and today we are going to do a meditation called Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono originated from Hawaii and was originally taught by Morna Simona. Morna was a healer, and in 1993 she received a great honor by being designated as a living treasure of Hawaii. Ho'oponopono was used and made famous by a Hawaiian therapist called Dr. Hugh Len. He helped to heal an entire ward of mentally ill criminals without seeing any of them in his office, using this Ho'oponopono clearing technique. His method is a powerful tool for sweeping out all limiting beliefs. He says that simply saying "I love you" to the divine, God, life, the universe, the superpower that exists all around us and inside of us could trigger a healing. This method of prayer is from a Hawaiian spirituality called Ho'oponopono. This is a powerful yet simplistic technique. It is easy enough to incorporate it into your daily life. Have these words pour into your mind and consume your thoughts. You will notice a big difference in your life. I use Ho'oponopono all the time personally, and I have seen massive results. Now, I'd like you to find a quiet place to listen to this meditation. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in, breathing in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Breathe in for a count of 3, hold it for a count of 4, and release it for a count of 5. Feeling your tummy rising and falling. Do this a few times. I will give you a few moments to do this. Be here, be present in this present moment. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Now, I'd like you to see God within. Bring them into your mind's eye. Feel compassion for that child and look into their eyes. Feel unconditional love for yourself and for your inner child. Now, I'd like you to place your hand on your heart chakra and say, I love you. Ask your inner child what you need forgiveness for. What hurts and pains did you cause that child version of yourself? Did you tell them that they were ugly? Did you tell them that they weren't good enough? Did you tell them that they weren't smart enough? Or perhaps you told them that they weren't worthy. Whatever it might be, when you are ready, say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Grant the forgiveness freely and say thank you. For all the times you have told yourself you aren't smart enough, you aren't good enough, you aren't desirable enough, that you are too fat or too thin. For all the times you have told yourself you are not worthy, say, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. It is okay. Your inner child likes to be acknowledged. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. This will help to clear and cleanse your internal programming. For any guilt you may feel, whether old or new, let it go now by saying, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For every time you felt like a failure, say, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For any time you have ever doubted yourself or your ability to succeed, realize now that this is not true and say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. For any lack of self-care, say, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For any time you have ever doubted yourself and have abused your body, perhaps through food, alcohol, or drugs, say, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now, I want you to let any pain rise within your body. Take a big, deep breath, and while exhaling, say, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Think of any other time in your life you have beat yourself up or have been negative towards yourself, your inner child or inner being, and grant yourself the forgiveness that you deserve by saying, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Release it all now and let it all go. When you have finished, take 3 more deep breaths and feeling your tummy rising and falling, gently return back to the present moment. Stretch your arms and your legs and slowly open your eyes. Say this mantra as often as you like throughout your day. Know that you are worthy and blessings surround you. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for all your beautiful comments there. I could see them all coming in. So thank you so much. I released that meditation about a year ago now, and it's very popular. And as I said, I have a course on it on my website, and I know Jason Stevenson has as well. It's an affiliate program, but you can purchase it there or through Jason Stevenson, I know, does it as well. But it's a certification in Ho'oponopono. So this has been my absolute pleasure. I thank you all so much for joining me this evening, and for each and every live that I have done, and for each and every live that you've turned up to for the other consciousness creators. Your support means the world to us, because of course without you there would be no point to us doing this, and we feel that we have done a really good thing, raising the vibration of, you know, all of you, and help kickstarting your year off to a great start. I might just cry. My plan for this group, I was asked today, is to leave it open, and for the other consciousness creators, when they do lives, to post them into this group, to share them into this group. So there will still be lives coming through, but it just won't be routinely every day the way that it has been. And so we will leave the group open, and you will see us popping our heads in and sharing lives and all of that kind of thing. So I hope that that's okay with everybody, because we've all come together as a community right now, over 1,600 of us in a matter of, you know, 8 weeks, and it's been amazing. So again, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart each and every one of the consciousness creators: Jason Stevenson, Tony Doyle, Colette Leosi, Shep Gina, Lute Brian Smith, and of course the beautiful Vivian Corden. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this such an amazing month. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you to each and every one of you that has shown up on our lives. Don't forget, you can book my workshops. There's still 20% off using the code CC20 to celebrate the consciousness creators. I'm giving you that discount code. It is available to use until the end of January. Just use CC20 at the checkout. Don't forget, my wealth coaching course starts in 4 weeks. So sign up for that now. It's on my website, www.expansivesouls.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Once again, just to remind you briefly that Sheb's times have changed for tomorrow. She will be 2 hours later than what she normally was. She will be live at 8 a.m. AEDT, 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. EST, and 1 p.m. PST. And thank you to Jason Stevenson for all the amazing shout outs he gave to me yesterday. I really do appreciate it. So I'm getting a bit sad now, so I guess I should go so that I can have a vape. Yeah, I vape. I'm going to go and have a vape and open a bottle of wine and chillax And once again, thank you so much. So I am sending my heart. I am sending my heart to you guys. I am sending love from my heart to yours. I love you guys. Thank you so, so much. Namaste. I have been Allie O'Shea. Namaste and good evening from Ireland. My video wants to end. Bye, everyone.